Right guys, welcome back to another video. Today we are playing Napoli first off. This has got 5 games in this episode I believe, but we're going to fly through them just to keep the games moving. This is a recording after the recording as such. I've already recorded the gameplay and this is me just speaking over what is going on. You can see there was a bit of deliberation about who to start in this game, with games coming thick and fast this month, partly why there's 5 games in this episode. But you can see, chopping and changing, Bernardeschi actually got a start in the 10 this game. We're hoping to get some redemption after the 2-2 draw and the bottle job of being 2-0 up and conceding 2 sloppy goals against them earlier in the season. And nothing really happened in the first 30 minutes until we got on the ball. With Pabaiga, who finds Big Nick in behind, who crosses for Castro and it's cleared. But we won the second ball. We recycle it. It finds Lewis Ferguson, who slides it in to the bottom right-hand corner from outside the box, and we go 1-0 up inside, just after 30 minutes. And yeah, again, we've took the lead against Napoli in the league this season, this one being at home. And it's not a rapid start, but a goal before half time is good in any case. And there's a reason why it's not cut away yet, and that's because there was another goal pretty much instantly, and it's a bloody good goal as well. We nick it back. Pabaiga finds Bernardeschi, who plays a lovely ball to Castro, who takes one touch and then produces that into the top left corner. An absolute beauty of a strike, probably goal of the season. I can't see us scoring a better goal than that. The pass from Pabaiga is brilliant. The pass from Bernardeschi is even better, and then the finish is even better than that. Castro getting the ball out the top. He took one touch out of his feet, still in the air, half volley. Well, not even a half volley, it's just a volley. Top left corner, nothing Merritt could do, and we're suddenly 2 goals up. And it's remained that way until the second half, where we do well to win the ball back there, but the clearance is just straight back to them, and they get the ball out to the right hand side with Giovanni, who plays a nice 1-2 with the Rachmani, cuts past Miranda, who cuts it back to the one man you don't want him to cut back to in the Napoli team, really, Scott McTominay, who slams it into the top left corner to make it 2-1. And at this point I'm thinking, oh no, here we go again. It's going to be deja vu. We've gone 2-0 up in the league against Napoli, and we're going to bottle a 2-goal lead again. They've put one back, and they've made some changes, and we're going to have to do something about it. And this pause here is me literally thinking, okay, and I'm trying to prevent us from crumbling again, thinking what happened last time, tactical decisions that they changed, and I did make some changes in between then and this, which is us on the ball. Which, does it mean we're going to score? He gets to Pabaiga, who finds Ferguson. Looked like we would lose it there for a sec. He finds Monterisi, who slides it through to Big Nick, who finishes superbly. And we restore our 2-goal advantage, which was lovely for my nerves and for our performance, because I think we'd been the better team up to this point. That gave us the 2-goal advantage. You could see with the tactical changes I've made there briefly as I made that sub. But good interplay on the right hand side. He's well onside. It's a great pass from Monterisi. And Big Nick gets his first goal for the club after assisting the first goal as well. So great performance from him. And it didn't finish there. As a little spoiler, there was another goal in this game. It started with Doumbia on the ball. He cuts it back to Monterisi, who finds substitute Jens Odgaard, who scores again. 3rd goal in as many games, I believe. It's a great first touch from him after receiving the ball from Monterisi, starting at right back, and he gets 2 assists. So this was a brilliant performance from everyone, really. But it was a great first touch from Odgaard to take it away from his marker, and a brilliant finish across the goalkeeper into the side netting. and that game finishes 4-1. And I'm thinking, okay, is that going to be the building blocks for us? Are we going to progress from there and not do the same as the last game of beat the good team, lose against the poor teams? It didn't get to the best start because after 25 minutes, Sherendor decided to do that, absolutely wiping out Sorensen. It's a clear red, knew as soon as it happened, and that automatically puts us on the back foot. And as you can see, I'm instantly changing the tactic, and it didn't last long, but the 36th minute, they have a free kick, and it's 1-0. Now, you may think the same as me as I watch this goal. Surely that's offside. It looks offside with the first header being won, and after that he looks well offside. And I can tell you, he actually is. It's the reason why this episode's called Dodgy Decisions. You can see there as Doi heads it. Sorensen is well offside. He puts it past Skorupski. He couldn't really miss, and we're 1-0 down via a dodgy decision. I made some changes at half time, tactical and substitution wise, but it didn't have any effect because, as you can see, straight from kick-off, Adrian Benabe slides it almost into the bottom left corner from range, and it's a disappointing goal to concede. And considering it's a P roller, you'd maybe say that we could block it, but we actually got a bit of redemption for the first goal conceded because pretty much straight away we went up the other end and put one back with Cambiaghi. But as you'll be able to see from that and maybe the replay, Castro's even further offside than Sorensen was. Soren wins the header. You can see the back three there for Palmer. Castro's 5 yards deeper than any of them. He finds Cambiaghi, he finishes brilliantly. That's 2 goals in one game where neither of them should have counted, and that is how it finished. It finished 2-1. We didn't create anything after that, which was disappointing. But we went into the next game against PAOK knowing that we need to win to really secure our playoff spot in the Europa League. If we wanted to advance, we need to win this game because we have Porto left to play. It was a tough game, and as you can see, after 6 minutes, we get off to the worst start possible. Doumbia giving the ball away extremely cheaply. Zivkovic with a brilliant header into space, and Giacomakis, I believe is how you pronounce it, slammed it home, showed his experience at minute 1-0. And it got to the 42nd minute with them with the goal kick, and I'm thinking they're going to go and get a goal before half time, aren't they? But Johnny Rowe wins the header brilliantly. It gets to Doumbia and Cambiaghi, who has a nice little 1-2 with Monterrey, cuts down the line, who passes it, another 1-2 between them, and he crosses it back post to Jonathan Rowe, who's completely unmarked. He couldn't miss, but I did notice when this went in that the line had flagged instantly, and to me looked a bit offside when the cross came in. But this one is actually onside. I mean, it got given anyway, you saw then, but you can see there the bloke trying to block the cross played him onside, and we equalised. And pretty much straight after half time, 48th minute, there was another highlight. We managed to win the ball back. Vitic to Hegem. Are we going to score or are we going to give it away? Vergara to Castro. It's nice playing between the lines from the boys. Good counter attack. Rowe finds Castro, who yet again some brilliant touches to get space for himself. And he slams it straight past the keeper to make it 2-1 to us, which is a massive goal for us in our Europa League campaign. You can see there how much space was provided to him. We'd broken through the lines brilliantly. It's actually a really good team goal. And Castro adding the finishing touch again to give us a 2-1 lead. And nothing else happened then between that goal and the 85th minute, where a highlight began. And yet again, I'm thinking the worst. I'm thinking, are they going to get a late goal? Are we going to concede late in the Europa League again? But João Mario nicks it back off Tyson. Castro doesn't win the first header, but we win the second ball, and it's back out. It's that same pattern, Castro out to the left wing again. It's with Miranda, who crosses deep again, and this time it's Vergara coming in at the back stick, who slams into the ball with his head, straight past Garcia in the PAOK net, and that makes it 3-1 to us, which seals the deal. I was going to say should, but I've already played this. And, I mean, this is going to be the last thing you see of this game. It finishes 3-1. we automatically qualify for the playoffs with this 3 points. Going into the last game, which is Porto away, knowing that a win could see us get the top 8 and automatic progression to the next round. But this win guarantees that we've got a chance still to get to the next round, which is going to be a playoff. The next game in this episode is Genoa away in the league. We're looking to bounce back after a disappointing result against Parma. I can tell you now, it doesn't get off to a good start. Made the mistake starting Casale, who gets the ball played in behind him here to Colombo, who finishes brilliant. It's a great pass from Baldanzi, but it's the worst start we could imagine. Casale had complained about minutes and wanted to leave, so I'd accepted an offer for him prior to this match. Kind of semi-forgot about it, I guess, and still started him anyway, and maybe it's a mentality thing, but he switched off there. Colombo made it 1-0, and that's how that game finished. Literally nothing else happened in that game. We lost 1-0, it's another loss in the league, and we go into the last game of the episode, which is Porto in the Europa League. And this is a disappointing game as well. Nothing happened in the first 82 minutes of the game. They play a long ball, Gabby Vega brings it down brilliantly, finds William Gomez, who ghosted into some space, and he slams it in to make it 1-0 to Porto. Wipe out any hopes we had left of top 8 finish in the Europa League, and that's how that game finished. We finished with 2 losses back-to-back 1-0 losses, having created nothing really. I mean, we were short on players that game, that can be the excuse, but overall, pretty poor episode. Next episode will be a transfer window roundup. We've got Inter in the league before the window shuts, and then we've got Cessna in our first Italian Cup game. So hopefully we can get better results in those. But anyway, guys, I hope you have enjoyed. If you did, drop a like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time for another video.